Welcome back to the Doomsday Clock, where today we're going to be discussing the 2021 film Black Widow. My name is Jack, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Eric.
Hello, I'm Eric.
Why did this movie come out in 2021? This is a question that's been asked by everyone who's ever talked about this movie.
It is the most misplaced movie in the MCU. It's so weird.
Yes. And it only gets weirder the later we get into the movie. But, you know. So this movie did, you asked me right before we started the podcast, but this movie did get a theatrical release. In, I believe, May of 2021 is when this came out. But it might have been later. It might have been November. I'm not actually sure off the top of my head. No, Shang-Chi was November, so I think this was like May. Wait, no, because Eternals was also 2021?
Yeah. Eternals and Hawkeye and Spider-Man No Way Home were also 2021.
Okay, cool. So I have no idea when this movie came out. We'll look in a second once we play our game. We do have to guess the box office for this movie.
Yeah.
I have no
clue.
I have not been this lost at what to guess for a box office since genuinely Thor 1. So I'm just gonna kind of say a number. I'm not secure in my guess, but I'm pandemic guessing.
I'm that's what I'm doing. I'll explain in a second. All right, I'm ready.
I'm gonna change a number. 3, 2, 1, send it.
Yeah,
okay,
so we were thinking similar.
Million, and you said 700 million.
For the
record, my original number was 580.
I almost said 650, so we were almost neck and neck.
Box Office Mojo, Black Widow. Black Widow, the 2021 movie, made $379 million.
Worldwide?
Worldwide. For the record, because I do think this is an important note to give. This came out in July of 2021. I do believe that our local movie theater... no, it might have still been open then. This was still this is early for this movie to open, I feel like. Oh my goodness, and when did Shang-Chi come out? Was Shang-Chi in the summer then?
Oh, you know what? I'm reading right now. Black Widow was a theatrical debut, yes, but you could watch it on Disney Plus with Premiere Access.
Oh my gosh, yeah, if we would have known that, we both would have been guessing the 200 million.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, there's no way this movie only made 400 million. It's not that bad at all.
I'll still take my L because I did, but
we both didn't know.
Yeah, to be fair to both of us, neither of us knew.
Yeah, neither of us knew. We were both off by about 300 million, if not more. So.
Oh, apparently it was released. It was simultaneously on Disney Plus and stuff. So.
I see. Interesting. I don't remember when I first saw this movie, but if I'm not mistaken, you first saw this movie just now.
Yeah, this is my first time watching this movie.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and go first, then talking about what I thought about this movie.
Yeah, go ahead.
This movie is complicated to talk about because it should have come out in 2016. And I believe that so wholeheartedly that you just take out the post-credit scenes that are in here and you release this movie in 2016. But we'll get there. I think that this movie has some very, very strong parts of it. I really, really like a lot of the third act. I think the third act works super well for me. It's a lot of stuff that I like about Winter Soldier. I think there's good character work in here. I think there's very fun, gags. Not as in jokes, but as in, oh my gosh, I'm gagged in here. And I think that this movie does some cool character stuff that sets stuff up for later that I like. But that being said, I think it's a bit muddy in the middle. I liked it. I did still, I enjoyed myself with it. I got a little bored towards the end of the second act, I won't lie, but it picked itself back up. And also, I think it's it's barely over 2 hours.
It's 2 hours, 15 minutes.
It's 2 hours, 14 minutes. And I only once was I wonder where I'm at in that 2 hours. I feel very positively about this movie, though I do have some nitpicks about it. I would say I feel relatively positive about this movie. There's a couple things that I really, really like about it, but I think it gets a little bit muddy. Eric?
Yeah, this is my first time watching it, and I was low-key not interested at all because why would I be interested in a Black Widow movie in 2021 when she's been dead since Endgame in 2019? So didn't really care, but it was actually better than I thought it would be. Um, I liked some stuff. I'm kind of the opposite. I kind of think this movie falls apart in like the last 15 minutes. The third act is good until like the last 15 minutes for me.
I would agree with that.
Like it falls apart hard in the last 15, by the way. Anyways, but yeah, I'll be nice to this movie. I think it feels like it was made by someone who was like annoyed that there wasn't a Black Widow movie before she died.
Yeah. I would say this movie, I think, justifies its existence of like telling a Black Widow story.
It's just why this I would have significantly less issues with this movie existing if it was just made when it should have been made.
True.
So, but it's still there's like cute characters in it, and it's a decent watch. You're not gonna have you're gonna be a little bored probably, but it's fine. Like it's a fun watch.
Yeah. You're gonna be a little bored, but you're never gonna be like I don't think you will come out of this thinking it was a waste of time.
Yeah. All right. So let's start back to movies for a minute. Yay!
Maybe this will be closer to an hour episode. Sorry about our episodes being longer and longer.
Yeah, who knows? I mean,
things that are longer and longer.
I mean, who even knows if this will be an hour?
Who knows? Ohio mentioned right off the bat.
Ohio name drop.
Ohio name drop. We love Ohio.
Yeah. So so this is like in 1995. How old was Natasha in Avengers 1?
In Avengers 1,
because
I don't know.
That's like 2012.
Yeah. Well, she's not a
she's
a kid in this, she's like probably what, like a teenager?
She kind of maybe like 13, 14.
Yeah, she's giving like 12, 13.
Yeah. So like another 10 years to 22. So she'd be maybe like 29.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
I guess let me just Google how old is Black Widow in Avengers 1. This is like Star Wars where you can just kind of like Google a question and at some point it was answered. She was 27 or 28 during the events of the first Avengers movie. She was born in 1984. This was revealed on a database screen by Arnim Zola and Captain America: The Winter Soldier. real quick, I'm gonna talk about Star Wars. I love that you can Google anything about Star Wars and it has been answered at some point in like a book or some like random canon thing. By the way, it's one of my favorite things about franchises like this.
Shout out Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. I really like this opening because I think it fills you with a lot of dread because we know what Natasha goes through because of Age of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're like, okay, but what's going to go wrong? Like, are all these people going to die? I mean, okay. You're like, well, David Harbour's probably not going to die. Like, you have that in your brain where you're like, you're not going to get David Harbour for one scene at the beginning of this movie. He's not going to die immediately. But he might. You don't know.
Yeah.
First off, that a lot.
Blue hair pronouns. But
blue hair pronouns.
Woke. I just wrote.
This movie's woke, guys.
This movie is a little woke. I wrote sarcastically in this. I wonder if this family will stick together forever. Because it's set up like that, you know. It's doing the And I also did not recognize that being David Harbour for a second because he looks so weird with like his haircut is like just weird. He's got the clean shaven. But yeah, and then they do the thing where they're like they steal some info and then they have to leave and then he rides on the wing of a plane from Ohio to Cuba.
Just a second. First, they needle drop American Pie.
Yes, banger. Love that song.
And can I be real? It's only the second craziest needle drop in this movie.
You have to... Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
It's like when, for a half second in Glass Onion, he plays a Beatles song.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, I didn't know that like that was a song that like was available to license. Like, it makes sense if you just pay like a ton of money, but like, yeah, I guess we can just license American Pie.
Yeah, American Pie is a banger.
It's a banger, but like it seems like one of those that would be like $7 billion to license, please.
Yeah. Anyways,
Also, we get the reveal that he's a super soldier from him just like hurling this giant metal thing super casually.
yeah, I know. All I said was, "Damn, he's strong."
I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of
And then,
cool.
like you get like you know he gets explicitly called a super soldier like in the middle of Act 2, but like you get this reveal here I really like.
Hmm.
And then yeah, he just holds on to the plane that whole time, I guess.
Yeah,
Or maybe they landed at some point and he got in.
I don't
This is not
know.
really sad. But
Um,
okay, real quick, cool filmmaking thing. Can we talk about the transition between night and day and the plane stays in the same spot?
I didn't notice it, but
Like
that's a cool touch.
the plane is flying and like the whole background around the plane changes. I really like that. It's cool.
Yeah,
And then the location cards are the same as Civil
I
War.
noticed that. I thought that was
And
kind of
I like
cute.
that a lot.
Um, but
It's a
yeah,
Civil War
then
era movie.
then they get to Cuba, and I thought David Harbour's character was about to kiss a random mustache guy. Um,
I thought so too. That'd been awesome.
I was about to be like,
Maybe there's
hold
ship
up.
art. I'm gonna try to find fanfic of Alexei and what's his name?
It's like because they like
Dreykov.
they do like the cheek kiss thing, but I very much did not expect that. So I saw them leaning in. I was like, holy shit, this movie's about to be awesome.
I don't
It's probably not a
uh
thing. Not gonna lie.
I'm not really finding anything sadly enough.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I don't think that the fandom really latched onto Dreykov as a character they want to redeem in shipping and have in shipping.
Yeah. Um.
Who's to say why?
And then is
Not to say
it?
that every fandom tries to redeem characters through shipping, by the way. That was a
Yeah.
weird way to phrase that.
It's okay. Um. Is Yelena the
Thank you
one?
for forgiving me.
Is Yelena the one that says, "I want to stay in Ohio"?
No.
Is that
It's
Natasha?
Natasha. Natasha is the first person to ever utter the phrase, I want to stay in Ohio. So, congratulations to Natasha for coming up with the last new sentence by saying the phrase, I want to stay in Ohio.
Why is it always
Also,
Ohio, dude?
I love the moment where she pulls a gun on the soldiers with the second they touch Yelena.
Yeah.
It's such a good character moment. But yeah, why is it always like hey, foreshadowing last week during Loki, I said that Ohio would come up again. Here it
Hmm.
is.
Yeah. Why?
Man,
It's
Ohio
just
comes up a
it's
lot in
like
this movie.
always it's always like Ohio in the MCU. Like it's never North Dakota. Like it's always just Ohio, dude, and New York.
The Heartland, I guess.
Yeah. Uh, David Harbour, you suck as a dad.
Yeah. Dude, young Natasha, great performance.
Yeah, I
She's
know.
so scared to go back to the Red
These
Room and
kids
you can
actually like
feel
kind of
it.
eat it up, but
Yeah. The score in this moment, okay, real quick. This is the only time I'm going to call out the score in this movie because I think that it's just kind of okay for the rest of this movie. But this right here is so like NieR Replicant and NieR Automata coded with like the choir coming in. I know that that means nothing to you, Eric, but it means a lot to me and to two people watching this podcast if it gets a million views. Um, the score, it's like such a NieR coded score, and then suddenly Smells Like Teen Spirit starts playing, but it's a cover
yeah.
in I'll say it, the craziest needle drop of the MCU.
Hmm.
And reminder, Holding Out for a Hero played last week during Loki.
I do think
And
there's
this is
another crazy needle drop later, but for different reasons.
yeah. But Smells Like Teen Spirit.
It's
I want to talk about this
also
montage.
yeah. I was about to say I'm a sucker for I like Call of Duty, so I'm a sucker for well edited war montage.
This montage is incredible.
Yeah, it's really well edited.
It's very well edited. It is. I wrote it's gorgeous to look at. Like the circling, the like historical photos with the MCU footage, with the like historical footage. Like it's very, very cool.
Hmm.
I like it a lot. And I was like, oh my goodness, Sauce?
Yeah, it immediately made me think of Call of Duty. I'm not gonna lie, because they do that in like the Black
It
Ops games.
so it made you think of Call of Duty. It made me think of Mission Impossible.
Hmm.
But also it made me think of a movie that I cannot think the name of. Maybe just like documentaries. I don't remember what other movie I was trying to think of, but yeah, like I was immediately like, okay, I like this a lot. The haunting cover Smells Like Teen Spirit because they were teenagers when they were like, good, good. Really like this opening.
Yeah.
21 years later, 9 plus 10 years later.
And we're in 2016. Why did this movie get made in 2021? So dumb.
I don't know, man. This here's the thing. I really like this movie being where it is in the timeline, though.
No, if this movie came out when it was like supposed to, you know,
It would have been
it would have been
awesome.
cool. Like, and then it would have felt even like Endgame would have felt even better, like with her dying.
Yeah. And she's getting hunted down by Ross.
Yeah, they brought up the Sokovia Accords. Oh,
Yeah.
brother.
It also, a straight up, this would have made Civil War feel more impactful if this movie came
Yeah,
out then.
yeah. Now it just feels this is embarrassing. Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
But it also gets to do one of my favorite tropes of people opening a door or like looking where like we just saw a character hiding and they're not there anymore.
Yeah,
And then the reveal that she's in Norway.
dude, being that wrong is crazy.
It's awesome.
That is
It's
Ross. You
like
need to leave.
that's such a good character moment for Natasha though, of like, oh no, she's good at this. She
Yeah,
is good at this. Like this was
yeah.
her whole thing.
That shit is just
And we go
embarrassing,
to
Ross. You need to pack it up.
and then we go to Morocco.
Yeah. And we're back to
This
the
first moment
yeah, no, go ahead.
with adult Yelena
Mm-hmm.
gives us so much.
It
I
honestly,
think
it took me. I was confused for a minute because we're back to the shaky ass like camera hand to hand fight, and then she gets farted on, and then she blinks a couple times because she's got pink eye, and then she feels bad for stabbing a girl. I was like, hold up, she was hypnotized.
yeah, it's like a little confusing,
Mm-hmm.
but I do like she gets reverse Cowboy Bebopped, and like to me it was immediately intriguing though.
It is no, that's
Because I'm
that.
like,
It
okay,
is
what's
interesting. It's just, and
what's going on?
I'm okay with being confused. I'm not saying that as like a
Yeah,
negative.
yeah. Um, early in this podcast, we talked about like characters' introductions, like being really strong. I think Yelena's introduction, like her first bit, is very strong because it shows immediately how good she is at this. Like she repels down the wall, she's like chasing this lady down, and then immediately beats her in
Yeah,
a fight by like dropping her knife. Like
yeah.
it's a good way of being like, oh no, she's good, and then it does it again here in a little bit. And
It's just,
then the Taskmaster introduction is
mm,
also really solid.
it's really cool. Yeah, I like it. It is funny with Yelena though too. It's like that's Queen right there. She's getting introduced. That's mommy right there. So
That's a Rulon right there.
hmm
That's
Florence Pugh,
future
baby.
Oscar nominee Florence Pugh as Princess
It's
Arulon.
crazy. She's whatever. I mean, it's not that crazy, I guess. But
That she's in Dune or
no, that
in
she's in
this.
this movie.
Yeah, she's in a few of these.
Yeah, because I know she's in Hawkeye. But
She's in Hawkeye, yeah, and she's the lead in Thunderbolts.
oh yeah,
I mean, it's an ensemble cast, but she's the lead.
yeah, true.
She gives a great performance in Thunderbolts. I can't wait for you to watch that.
Yeah, I actually am.
I
I'm
can't wait
hyped
for
to
you to
see
watch
that
that
one.
in like November.
Mm-hmm. Um,
Norway.
yeah,
Can I say something about this movie and about how this movie's shot?
yeah. Go ahead.
There's a lot of ass shots of her in this movie.
Yeah, it's also the camera is like weirdly zoomed in a lot too, and sometimes, and it's like,
Yeah. And this movie was directed by a woman,
mm-hmm.
but there's a lot of ass shots in a way that I was like, why are we doing this?
Yeah,
Like it's one thing when it's in Iron Man 2 and she's playing the sexy spy. It's another thing when it's like her own movie that's like a character study about her and her sister.
mm-hmm.
A character study to an extent about her and her sister, and this entire like Norway scene. It's like, look at Scarlett Johansson's butt now.
Yeah. I also story wise, it is Natasha being like she doesn't have a costume or anything. She is an Avenger. Like she's recognizable with the red hair and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I know she's like in the middle of the woods, but like I don't know, dog.
I don't know. No, I think it works for me because like this is what she did before. Is like she just
Mm-hmm.
disappeared, and so now like I think one her running is fully in character,
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
100%, and like yeah. And the one time like that she felt like she belonged and like she found a family she belonged to, they broke up and she just immediately regresses into running is awesome. And then I think it works for me because she gets like the blonde hair dye and like she's immediately gonna like change her
Yeah.
appearance. That's
And
why I think I'm cool with like her being an Avenger and not being recognized.
yeah, Natasha's line like a muffo here because she's like, I'm better on my own. Oh baby, you're not. Like you're
She's
not.
not, because like, and I love that like that's there's a lot of Winter Soldier moments in this movie
Mm-hmm.
because like that's the closest thing we had to like a solo Natasha movie before this,
Yeah.
and like I love a lot of stuff in this movie about like her as a character. Um, I forgot the car explosion happened and it jump scared me.
I didn't know it did. I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Also, there's a Sia song in here, by the way, that you glazed over a little bit,
Yes.
but
I did. Yeah. My bad.
I do with this Taskmaster fight. I do kind of like that, like just from one flip, like because the Taskmaster does a flip and lands how Natasha lands. You can immediately tell what their powers are.
Okay. Hi. I'm now addressing all of the Taskmaster fans who don't like this interpretation of Taskmaster. I think it's fair. It's fair to not like this version of Taskmaster based on who Taskmaster is in the comics and in other interpretations. That being said, for what they are in this movie, I like them.
Yeah,
I don't
I don't
love
know
that
who
they're
they
all
are in the
techified.
comics, so
Yeah,
I don't
I don't
really
love that they're
care.
all techified, but this scene is cool, and you're right. It immediately clues you into like what her whole deal is.
Yeah, I just don't care about the comics, so I don't really care about
Yep.
all that.
Did you fight Taskmaster in Spider-Man 1 in PS4?
Not. Yeah, no, I did. I did fight him
Yeah.
and because like that's just is it a one-time fight? You can tell me right now. Or does it come back?
I believe there's more than one. I don't remember.
Okay, I fought them once, so
Yeah.
and then
This scene's cool though, and
yeah,
I love how they fight, and I love when it cuts to the inside of their visor. Don't love that they're all tech, but I like when they cut to the inside of the visor and it like shows her adapting.
yeah, and I like that she like because like Natasha in the MCU kind of doesn't lose physical fights for a good chunk, you know.
Yeah.
So I like that she loses this one, but she still gets the stuff away from Taskmaster. So
Yeah.
um, yeah,
She loses this fight, but she doesn't look incompetent during it.
yeah.
Like she doesn't feel like she got powered down
Yeah.
in a good way. And then I love the villain opening a case and it's empty because the hero snuck all the stuff out of it. I love that happens. I love spy movies.
Yeah.
And then we get Chekhov's photo strip.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Natasha was not going to check her mail, by the way. She was going to throw it out.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Anyways. And then we go to
Budapest,
as she says.
Yep. Both of them pulling guns on each other is really funny.
I know, I was caught off guard. I was like, damn, chill, y'all. What's going on?
I really like this fight scene. It does so well at showing that hey, they're pretty equally matched actually. Like
yeah, I actually
like big sister beats up little sister.
I do like this fight. This might be my favorite like little fight scene in the movie because I just like that they're grabbing anything around the apartment. Like they're grabbing the curtains, they're grabbing a random wrench on the counter, they're grabbing like broken plates and shit. It's awesome.
And like they're like fighting and they're both choking each other out with the same curtain until they just go truce.
Yeah.
It's just such a sibling way to end a fight.
Yeah, the editor needs to. Someone should have told that dude not to edit every half second, though. It was kind of driving me crazy.
That is true. I do shout out to Florence Pugh's performance. There's a part where Natasha takes like her overshirt off and she has like a tank top on, and you see like bruises on her back, and Florence Pugh's voice like hitches for a second.
Yeah.
And like shakes for a second as she sees it. Fantastic little performance thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
And while
I kind of think Elena kind of carries this movie.
I don't disagree. I think the issue is okay. Let's talk about the issue with this movie. That I think is at the core of this movie. Natasha had her arc.
Yeah.
It was just in other people's movies.
Yeah, that's my thing too.
Can't have too much of a character arc in this movie because she kind of already had it in like Avengers 1, Iron Man 2, Avengers 1, Winter Soldier was like kind of her arc.
Yeah.
And honestly, then Infinity War Endgame, like she had her arc, and so I do think this is the perfect point in time to put a solo movie for Natasha in universe time in like late 2016. Because this way she has no other heroes to help her, and it has to be a solo movie.
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
But you do get that issue of like, I feel like a lot of her arc is done in Winter Soldier.
Yeah, it's kind of like when we were talking about Mandalorian and Grogu, where like the Mandalorian is kind of like a solved character. Yeah. I think it's kind of the same thing here, where Natasha is solved both both back in time in the MCU and forward in time, so we need something here, and she doesn't
Yeah.
really get it. Yelena gets it,
Yeah.
and
It's also kind of Tony in Civil War, where it's like
yeah,
his character arc's done. Like we can't do too much with him.
mm, yeah. I, with that being said, Yelena is a hard carry in this movie, in my opinion, when it comes to
It
character.
Yeah, when it comes to character work, for sure. I do think that both of them put in a very good performance, but I think that
Yes,
Johansson's just given less to work with.
yes, by far.
But when they are given stuff to work with, the performances are really good. Um, I also really like that. I think that her arc and like her solo movie being about going after the Red Room and like taking it down is really good. I like that a
Hmm.
lot, and I like that the reasoning that she hasn't done it yet is because she thought she already did.
Yeah,
That's a very cool way to do that,
I,
and like
I,
let her be able to do it later in her story.
I admittedly do think it's a little weird that Natasha, knowing who she is willing to confirm a kill with no body.
Yeah,
I think that's a little odd, especially especially because Clint was there, and this was her one. She said too, like this was her last step before defecting to Shield.
yeah,
But okay,
I don't disagree,
um,
but it works. It's fine.
yeah, and it's
Um,
it's also kind of, I mean, spoiler territory now, but the daughter just lives like a point blank,
both of them do.
huh?
Both of them
Yeah,
do.
both of them live like a point blank explosion that blew up the whole building that they were in.
I don't know, man.
All right,
Well, I'll talk about the daughter
yeah,
in a little bit.
yeah.
Um,
Um,
Forcing someone to commit suicide is such a really good way to get Natasha on board. By the way,
Yes, I agree. That's actually a hard as hell moment. I love that moment.
that's a crazy moment.
Mm-hmm.
I love that Natasha doesn't want to steal a car post Winter Soldier. Like you're gonna take this guy's car. Like Steve's like installed morals in her. I think that's
And
funny.
it's just this car chase is pretty aight. I mean, they do a really cool move with
Yeah.
the car door hitting the motorcycle. That was tough as hell.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
So many people die in this car chase. Oh my god.
Yes. It's a big collateral damage movie.
Yeah, and then I also noticed a weird editing thing where the aspect ratio just suddenly changed once the car crashed in the subway. I don't know if you caught that one.
I did not catch that
It
one. No.
literally like it like does like a shot of like the car in the subway, and then it cuts and it's aspect ratio change.
I'm gonna pull this up. I want to see this so badly now. We can keep talking though. Um,
Uh, then
Once
they
they are in the subway, I like the plan from Natasha to be like, no, use the blood
yeah.
to to lure Taskmaster. I
Hmm.
like that they're like, we're not gonna fight Taskmaster. Like
Yeah,
that's not happening.
yeah.
And then it's a good transition to a flashback. Oh
Where
my gosh, that was sick.
Natasha blows up her Dracov's daughter. Um,
Yeah.
kind of. I don't know.
I think it works because it's in a if it would have happened like modern day,
Yeah,
I wouldn't have liked it, but I think like
with
it's
with previous
her and
Natasha, I'm okay with it, I guess.
yeah, her and Clint talk a lot about how like they did things that they didn't that they regretted that like they weren't proud of. So I think it works for me.
Yeah, and this when Yelena and Natasha go to the gas station to talk, I see myself in my notes in real time start to realize that I like Yelena a lot.
Dude, it here's the thing. You mentioned that like Florence Pugh, our queen, is in it. It it helps a lot how charismatic Florence Pugh is and how much she commits to this role.
Mm-hmm.
Like the accent is very consistent, all this kind of stuff, but also she's just a very, very endearing character.
Yeah. Well, her whole conversation with like Natasha is like, yeah, they were sisters for like 3 years, but they like, they legitimately cared about each other, and like the whole point of the Red Room is that it completely destroyed their identity. And like Yelena, even more so because she didn't even know who she was. She was being mind controlled for so long.
Yeah,
She says they destroyed my birth certificate, so I reinvented it. And
yeah,
it's just like how she's coping with it all, where she wants a life, and she, is mad that Natasha never came for her, but like she can't blame her.
yeah. I think that she's like, and also she's so valid in her feelings. So she's never like, you never came for me. Now I want to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, you never came for me. And Natasha's like, I thought you got out. And she's like, but why didn't you check? And like, that's a very valid, like, yeah. And then like when Natasha says you weren't really my sister, like, I think they're both in like a very not great emotional state, obviously, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And I think this conversation's really good. I concur.
And I find because like they bring up pain in this movie as a theme, and I think it's the strongest
Yeah.
with Yelena because it's it's both. It is physical, but it's also with Yelena. You can tell it's a lot of mental, and I think that's a
Yeah.
really interesting
She's going through
place.
it.
Yeah, that I think they do a way more interesting with her character, and I think she kind of carries with this movie with its themes and such. So,
Yeah.
um,
I do love like going on to a strong character moment from Natasha though. I adore that as soon as she's like, "Hey, Dracov's out there," she's like, "I'm going after him. You want to come?"
yeah,
Like she's changed so much since her first appearance in like Avengers 1 and even in like Iron Man 2 where she's like, "No, this is I'm a hero. It's part of the hero gig.
he
We're
needs
going
to
after him."
die.
Yeah, he needs to go forever.
Um, and then they also, I think it's hilarious that these two just steal so much from people. they,
They do.
they stole another dude's
Yeah.
car.
I like how she had moral qualms about stealing the first car and doesn't care about this one. That's a little funny
Right.
to me.
Yeah. And then we get Hopper in jail. Uh, in season 4 of
Yeah.
Stranger Things. Oh, never mind. Spoiler.
Um, I love Alexi just lying about fighting Captain America.
Yeah.
Really
And some
funny.
dude calls it out, and
And
he just
then
destroys his arm.
yeah, he's a super soldier. I
Yeah.
love that. And I like that they're like, "Okay, let's break him out of prison." And then she's like, "Don't make a scene," and he's just already making a scene.
Yeah.
That's really funny. I think this scene's pretty strong. I actually like this action set piece a lot. Um,
My
I'm gonna
nitpick
say,
is that Natasha should have gotten lit up, but
oh, that's true for sure. Yeah,
yeah.
but that's kind of how these movies go
That's what
sometimes.
I'm saying. That's a nitpick because, like,
It's 100% in it. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm with you. Um, the White Widow suits look awesome.
I agree. They look
These
sick.
suits look so good.
Mm,
They're so clean, and they also make them. It's cool because like they kind of blend into the mountain, but they stand out so much against like the facility.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like it. Um,
I really like the avalanche that they cause because I like the idea that their environment that they're fighting in actually matters, which is not
yes,
something that
yeah,
we really see in fights in the MCU. I think that's a really cool idea.
and I love that Yelena accidentally caused it from like not thinking of the fact that like
A rocket
this
launcher would do
explosion is
it.
going to
Yeah.
cause one. Yeah,
Hmm.
and then the helicopter pickup out of an avalanche is such a good shot.
It is really cool. Coming a little close, but it is cool.
Yeah. Then they get on the exposition copter, where they all drop exposition about each other.
Hmm.
Um, we learned that Yelena and Natasha both don't have a uterus
Yeah, we already kind of
or
knew that,
ovaries,
right?
and maybe not fallopian tubes.
Because
We
we.
knew that Natasha couldn't have kids, but we didn't know that like that's what they did.
Oh,
That's crazy.
yeah. I mean,
So
yeah.
neither of them could get periods. So I guess like a win is a win.
Yeah, I was about to say we beat period cramps, guys.
But
We were in this fight
you're not
together,
in.
just so they know. You know, women.
Yeah.
We hate period cramps.
Eric actually has gone to war against period cramps
I
multiple
have, dude.
times.
I've
Um,
actually I've lost sleep a lot because of period cramps, by the way.
I do think okay. A problem that I have with this movie is that Alexi's a very bad person.
He's a very bad person, he's annoying.
He's kind of annoying in this movie. And he like I think that this movie can't decide whether they want him to be like this bad person that Yelena and Natasha hate, or this person that they want to like grow with, or if they want him to be a bumbling idiot.
Yeah.
And I think that's a bad, not bad, but like it's a weak part of this movie for sure. Um, I think that the idea of like them hating him for the decisions that he's made and send him to the red room, but then like them still growing close together because like and like learning like to forgive him and stuff. I think it's a good arc, but I don't think this movie fully earned
It's a good
that.
arc on paper.
He has a good arc on paper, but he just kind of really sucks in this movie, especially for like the first half of this movie. He's just kind of the worst.
Yeah. I
And
agree. He
it's
is like
hard,
unbearable for a while.
yeah, and it's hard to be like, oh, haha, funny Alexi, when you get this scene where Natasha and Yelena are both like, yeah, man, you sent us to a place that like ripped our uteruses and stuff out of our bodies
And
unwillingly, and
Elena's
we were
like,
trained to be assassins.
yeah, Elena's like being mind controlled and stuff, you know.
Yeah, and I think that like that's just a tough thing to be like, haha, funny Alexi.
And then they flatly go like, "You're the worst" or something, or "Can we kill him yet?" or
Yeah,
something, you know.
yeah.
But
That being said, her saying, "Do we have enough juice to fly to St. Petersburg?" and him being like, "Yeah," and then smash cutting to the helicopter, like
well,
going
no,
straight
the
down.
joke is that she's like, "Well, we don't have enough juice to get to Petersburg," and he's like, "Yes, we do," and she says, "Okay."
And then they just the smash cut is insanely
It
funny.
is really funny.
It's a fantastic joke. And then I wrote
Um,
my note. I forgot how she sucked in this movie because then he's like, "You both have so much red in your ledgers. I'm so proud."
yeah, dude, I don't know.
And it's like, I think that he kind of earned some level of redemption when he talks to like Yelena later, and is like, he does like try to like earnestly connect with her, but then he becomes bumbling idiot again. I don't really love how he's characterized in this movie.
Yeah, I agree. I just think I think
Um,
it's just a lame character joke, you know.
yeah.
But I
That being said, I think that the dinner scene is a pretty good scene.
I do legitimately find it really funny how much they keep mentioning Ohio in this movie. But
It's Ohio, just they just love Ohio in this movie.
yeah,
I can't wait for us to go back to
this
Ohio.
dinner scene I think was kind of annoying for a while because Alexi's in like the first part of it too much, you know what I mean? Um
Yeah,
but then once Natasha goes on about how their family was fake and it didn't mean anything, Yelena is genuinely hurt by that because
I
to
love
her
that. Don't
it's
say that.
she's like, don't say that, and for a second you're like, oh, she's like kind of not being for real, but then she's like very clearly deeply hurt by that.
Because what if Natasha was like what early teens? Yelena was probably like 10,
I think they
if
said
not
she was
younger.
6.
She was 6. Like, so it's like it
it
was
it was
like
very
the
real to her.
because she would have joined the family at like what 3
Mhm.
then.
Yeah. It's
Like, of
just
course it was
it's
real to her.
yeah, it's so cuz like God, Florence Pugh actually eats it up too. You can see how like on her face like how much that just ruined her that Natasha said that. Like that is by
Yeah,
far the
it's
most hurtful thing someone said at that table.
a good performance. I like it a lot.
And I just God, I that's like my favorite moment in this movie. If you can't, that's the moment that like me that Yelena completely won me over.
Yeah,
Um,
fully fair.
and I also really like that she told her mom that like because her mom developed the mind control stuff, and she told her that she was one of the people being mind controlled, and how terrifying
Yeah,
it
I
is.
love that she didn't know.
And and then oh my God, it's so good.
It's very good. I like this part
Yelena,
a
yeah,
lot.
Yelena carries this dinner scene so heavily, in my opinion.
Hmm. Then we get a scene with Natasha and Melina,
Yep.
and I think that the Melina betrayal makes sense here.
It does
Makes perfect
because she
sense to
already
me.
did it before she, you know, like we're
Before they all
like,
sat down and talked, and
yeah,
yeah, it also makes more sense as to why she was like, "Oh, no, let's go, let's all eat together as a family," because she's like when she needs to stall for time.
yeah. And I do like I'm gonna talk about the theme of this movie a little bit more too because I think at the core of it, it's actually a really cool idea, and I think it's very heartbreaking where we talk about how the red room, this room that we have not seen until this point, except for very brief flashbacks, has caused so much pain and how everybody is dealing with it. I really
Yeah,
like that idea. It doesn't come through with like most of the characters except for Yelena, but I really
yeah,
like that idea.
I concur. I very much like a lot of what this movie tries to do.
Yeah. Uh
Speaking of, I do like the Yelena and Alexei scene. I think this is a scene where it's like the first time where like they're trying to redeem him in some way, where he's like he is trying, even though he sucks at this is not a like he's a bumbling like this is like a he sucks at like comforting her. Less
yeah.
of a I think it's like, it's a joke, but like in universe he's trying.
I was about to say you
And I think
can
that's a good scene.
yeah, you can genuinely see he's trying, and Yelena eats him up because she says you called me a chore. You
Yeah.
know.
You call me a chore, and then he makes it about himself again at the end. Like it's the kind of thing where it's like he sucks, but he is at some points trying, and I do like that he's like starting to do that.
Yeah, and then he gets sleep darted.
Yeah, 30 times. It's really funny.
Yeah, I don't know why
It's a good
Yelena
joke.
didn't get sleep darted, but
I don't know either. And then we go to the Red Room.
the floating fortress. We
It being a
seriously,
satellite is so sick.
we never noticed it before.
I don't know, man.
In a in a post Civil War world, we generally never notice that. Iron Man, you are a
I don't.
fraud.
Yeah. Tony's kind of fraud on fraud watch for this one.
Mm,
And then Melina wink. It's Melina, right?
yeah, Melina or
Yeah,
Melina, whatever.
Melina. Wink, wink. Gets pulled in the room with Dracov, and then it's a mask.
It's
I love
Natasha.
this.
I do. It's
I
spicy.
This is the part of the third act that I love. I love all the spy stuff. Like it feels like a full spy movie. It feels like the end of Winter
It's like
Soldier.
a soap
And
opera
I
spy
love
movie.
Yes, it's all I love when spy movies are this camp. It's so fun. Alexi is completely duped and that's hilarious. Like
And
it's
they're about to
great.
cut out Yelena's brain for some reason while she's awake.
Because she broke out of the because they think that I don't think they know full about the antidote. So
No, I
like
know.
they think that she just like broke out of the control.
I
That's
I
why. But yeah.
I get it, but I think it's kind of funnier in my head if I'm just like they're just doing it to do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
Um so let's talk about the Taskmaster reveal.
yes, being the daughter.
I think that's a very cool moment for Natasha where she has to face that something that she did, which she already like regrets and like, holds a high regret for, also led to this girl being like mind controlled.
That is the red in her ledger she's talking about.
Yes. And I like that. I don't love that this is Taskmaster, the character,
Yeah,
because it does mean that we don't get a lot of Taskmaster later,
yeah. I
but
will
it's
say
cool.
as a reveal, I obviously like I saw the daughter thing being because if like he was alive, then she's probably alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Taskmaster reveal caught me off guard.
Oh, you didn't know that that was his daughter?
No, I didn't. I didn't know that.
That's cool. I'm
Uh,
glad you got hit with that. He also calls her like hideous or something like that, and like she just like has some scarring.
yeah, dude, chill out.
Like, can I be so real? She's not super deformed.
No,
Am I like?
she's not even like missing hair.
Yeah, I feel like we could have like done some more prosthetics if we wanted to like really send it home,
Yeah,
but I don't know.
it's like how Zuko looks in like live action Avatar. Like he looks
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Um, so the Draco pheromones thing is simultaneously super gross and also
Yeah,
like
he's like giving
a very like in character
he's
thing.
giving crazy pedo vibes like the whole movie that he like this whole
Oh my
third
gosh, yeah.
act.
I mean, he has this whole monologue about like
Yeah,
girls
wanting to
later.
kidnap little
Like,
girls and stuff.
yeah, like he's obviously like human trafficking the incarnate.
Yeah,
Like he's terrible.
I will give this movie credit. Insanely creepy plan.
Insanely creepy plan, very good villain.
Yeah,
He's a
actually a
very
well
good
done
villain because you
villain.
hate him so
Yeah,
much.
yeah, I agree.
But it's a very cool idea that like there's just like a mental block in all of the Black Widows that they cannot physically harm him.
Yeah, and
That's cool.
I like the campiness too of this part where we're like flashbacking and
Yeah.
shit, and like I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah, and then I love Yelena like hitting Natasha's pose and this being like the rule of threes of like comedy where she's like, "That's so stupid. I hate that pose," because
Yeah,
she brings it up before.
yeah,
That's fun. Yelena's lighthearted moments in this movie are very good too.
yeah,
I like the jokes that she makes. And then I love that Natasha can't physically harm Dreykov, so she just starts bullying him.
yeah. And then well, she knows how she could. She was just trying to get him to do it himself
Yeah,
by
but
severing her
even
nerve.
before, yeah, the olfactory nerf. But
Mm,
even before that, we just get like her bullying him. That's really funny. I love how easily he's goaded.
yeah,
That being Goadded, not goaded as in like with the sauce.
yeah.
Um,
And I also was low-key wondering if she could just hold her breath, and the movie's like, no, it's not like that.
yeah, I like that it answers. I love the flashbacks to planning it.
It's so corny,
It's
but
so
I love it.
fun. And then we get thank you for your cooperation, which is a fun callback to Avengers 1.
Hmm.
And then slamming her head into the desk is so funny.
Yeah.
She's like, you just simply weren't
This
strong enough.
this movie went
You have to do it
insane for
yourself.
this specific scene in this third act for some reason.
Yeah, like I think that like because we didn't even talk about the fact that like uh we get fake Natasha ripping her mask off and it's Melina, and then she's in communication with Yelena. Yelena cuts herself free. Like
Hmm.
I think this part of it where it goes like full spy movie is really fun and I like it a lot. We get one of my favorite jokes in the movie where she goes, "Slight change of plans. I destroyed one of the engines."
Yeah.
Like it's funny. Um but there is something in this movie we hit about this part. There's a lot of slow motion action in this third act,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't think that it looks that good.
No, I think the Widow fight in the control room is it's pretty mid, in my opinion.
Yeah. The lighting is cool.
Yes.
It's all lit with like red and black, and there's like lines of red across people's faces. That's sick. I don't love how the fight looks beyond that.
Yeah. And then Yelena clutches up with like the grenade of the antidote.
The fart bomb.
Yeah, the fart
Yeah.
bomb. That's cool.
It's cool. I think it looks really good. Even if the fight itself isn't great. I think like visually, like the lighting is cool. I love that Natasha goes on one last spy mission download.
Yeah. It was making me think of
That's fun.
Winter
Winter
Soldier.
Soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I noticed something strange.
Yeah. Talk to me.
So we just cut away from the Red Guardian Taskmaster fight,
Well, no.
and we don't see it.
Yeah, we don't see most of it, but like he gets like locked up in that cage or whatever. Taskmaster. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Taskmaster just ends up in the cage. That's a very weird fight to not show because like you've seen like Taskmaster like beating everybody, and now suddenly it's just like, oh yeah, Red Guardian just like beat her off screen.
Yeah. I don't
That's
know.
so weird.
I think Taskmaster is just kind of whatever in this movie for at least this
Yeah,
third act. But
yeah.
I
In the third act
also
for sure. I like her a lot in the first two. She's
yeah,
like feels like a very real threat.
and a good threat for Natasha. But
Yeah.
I
I also like
also
that Natasha's like, I've gotta let her out.
well I get that. I get it. That's also she's kind of throwing.
She's kind of throwing a little bit, but yeah.
I also do appreciate that Melina and Alexi are like ride or dies now for their girls.
Yeah.
I think that's funny. I think if they're going the redemption arc, obviously they're gonna be, but like
Mm-hmm.
the CGI here though,
Okay, yeah, the CGI
we
here
gotta
is
talk
horrendous.
about it. It's really bad.
It's really, really bad. It luckily it's really only noticeable in like this scene,
Yeah.
but where it's noticeable, it's the shot of Yelena.
It's the
It's
shot of
really, really
Elena and then
bad.
like the falling and everything. It looks really not good.
Yeah, it's really, really rough. Um,
It's
However,
really
Natasha
funny.
diving after her. Oh, it's also very funny, yes. But Natasha diving after her with a parachute is awesome. I like that a lot.
I like that too. I think it's kind of
Um,
crazy with how much debris is flying around that they're like parachutes don't get like smacked out, but like
dude, I thought that I didn't remember the third act of this movie, and I thought that the Taskmaster fight was going to be like in the air from like jumping from debris to
that'd been
debris,
so cool.
Final Fantasy VII style. That would have been so awesome. And they just kind of like get on the ground.
They softly
and it's
land on
not
the
that.
ground somehow with like I guess a
I don't.
parachute, but like I don't know. Dog.
This is where the third act starts to fall apart.
Yes, I was thinking. Oh my god, I can't wait to talk about it.
Because then there's just like the convenient red gas that's there.
Yeah. Well,
In a glass
it's
container.
also like I know Natasha says like too like that Dreykov's dead, but like you also called him dead last time. You didn't see a body. You didn't see a body this time, but like whatever.
Okay, did you see the helicopter explode?
Yeah, but I'm still saying I'm a nitpick. I do
Yeah,
think this ending is ass.
I don't disagree.
Because like
all the second that like they get into the hell, like the Alexia shot with the like sedative until Natasha jumps away from Yelena
mm-hmm.
and like pushes her away with her parachute, that part, that's all awesome. And then it all starts to fall apart.
Yeah.
And this ending is like dragged out and not very good.
This last Taskmaster fight is really lame. It's not very good. And then like I get that she freed Taskmaster's like mind. Like she freed her daughter's mind with the antidote. She also did blow you up with a bomb. I don't know if I really buy that she's just gonna be all kumbaya.
Yeah.
And then all the black. Okay, and then so like earlier in the third act too, she was calling Ross to come for some reason.
I think to be like, here's all like the Red Room stuff.
Okay. And then so he starts showing up.
But you're right, that does not matter.
Yeah, he starts showing up, and then they're like, for Natasha's like, you guys go, I'm gonna stay here for some reason. And then the Black Widow show up with a perfectly fine jet and plenty of space, and Natasha still doesn't go with them.
But then it cuts away.
And she's not arrested.
I don't know, man. I actually, because I wrote this also down. I don't know.
She should have, if Ross was there, which he was, they showed him there. She should not have been able to walk free.
No.
Without getting on that jet.
I don't know why she doesn't get on the jet.
Yeah.
I don't know why she doesn't get on the jet.
I do not, this does not make sense.
It does not. You are correct. This part does not make sense.
It's just, it feels so weird. And then we cut.
Not even a nitpick. It just kind of doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and then it cuts, and then now she has the white, the bleached Infinity War hair. Sure. Fine.
Sure. This 2 weeks later scene feels like, and here's how Han got the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
And here's how Natasha got the jet that they have in Civil War. Or in Infinity War.
It's so weird. It just doesn't. It's just bad. It's just straight up bad.
It's a very weird ending. I don't like it. And then like we end on lightning bugs, which I guess is cool because we start there, but like I don't feel like we earned that.
No, we didn't. Nothing. This ending didn't earn anything. Yelena just leaves. Alexi just leaves. They all just leave, and she doesn't. And then she still just gets away. Yeah, and then she never mentions them because this movie didn't come out when it should have.
It's so weird.
So, and then
this, hey, and you know what? This makes Steve worse. Because in Endgame, when Tony says, "Did she have any family?" and Steve says,
"Yeah, us,"
when we know that Natasha had a family.
It's so, this ending's trash. And then we get the post credits of Yelena visiting Natasha's grave. I like that. Vibe was killed by Valentino a little bit, but
I think that's the point, though.
Yes,
I think the point is that it's like Val jump scare.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did they bury Natasha in Ohio?
I like to think so.
Because Val said, "I hate the Midwest."
I'd like to think so, yeah.
Okay, so follow-up question. If we establish that she's buried in Ohio, why would the Avengers bury her in Ohio? They don't know about all this.
That shit. She's also supposed to be like a war criminal, still, if we're going by the Sokovia
The only person that Natasha would have told about all of this, I think, is Steve.
Yeah, I agree.
And evidently she didn't, because when Tony asked if she had any family, Steve says, "Yeah, us." So, why did they bury her in Ohio?
I don't know, dog.
She got my worst fear, being buried in Ohio.
Your worst fear being buried in Ohio. Nah, but she wanted it. She wanted to go back to Ohio.
And I don't, bro. I don't want to go back to Ohio.
Yeah. And that's the movie. That's how it ends.
Buried in my hometown.
That's how it ends.
No. The movie ends with Val saying, "What if you killed Clint Barton because he killed Natasha?" And Yelena going, "Let's do it."
Yeah.
Which I do really like.
It's a cool stinger.
It's a cool stinger, and I like that like, I mean, obviously we know that Clint didn't kill Natasha,
Yeah. Like the world doesn't
but
know
in
that.
universe, Val's like stirring the pot, and I like that.
And that's the movie.
So overall,
Yeah.
I think that like this is another one of those Marvel movies where the highs are really high and the lows are really low. The ending's really bad, but everything leading up to the ending is then the third act is pretty good, and I love when it goes full camp and spy. Yelena's a very strong character. Natasha's as strong as she can be for where she's in her character arc. The score has a couple of good moments, but it's kind of just like it kind of fades into the background a whole lot. Alexi's really annoying and doesn't feel consistent as a character. Melina feels very consistent as a character, and I actually really like how she's treated and characterized. Like, I just I keep going back and forth between like this is pretty good and this is kind of bad. And overall, I think it's fine. I enjoyed myself with this movie. This is the second time I've seen it, and I did enjoy myself with it. I found it dragging a little bit, but I think that the villain is very strong, and I think that the plot of like all this mind control is intriguing. We didn't even talk about like Dreykov's whole monologue with Natasha, where she gets him talking, which I do like that as another call, like a callback to when she gets Loki talking and like has him do his whole plan, and she state like and Natasha takes Dreykov's ring and like gets in and downloads all like the stuff so that Yelena can rescue other girls. Like I like that a lot. I think there's a lot of very strong stuff there. Um, I think that Dreykov is a scary villain. Like you get to watch him push the terminate button and that girl is like forced to kill herself, and like that's scary. And I think that works really, really well. And then sometimes this movie just really doesn't work like the ending. Why did she stay behind? I don't know. I just don't have an answer for you. And so I think this is a hard movie to score because I enjoyed myself with it for the most part. I find Dreykov very compelling. I find Natasha and Yelena very compelling. Um, and then I think Taskmaster is cool in the first two acts and then falls apart in the third. It kind of has like the old MCU thing of like what was it, Iron Man 2? Like there was a couple of MCU movies that we did earlier. There are a couple movies from earlier in this project that we were like, it kind of just kind of falls apart in the third act. It feels very Ant-Man 1 to me.
It's
In like
such
the
a
structure
phase
way
2
where it's
movie for some reason. Can't
yeah,
place my finger on
it's a
it.
very phase 2 movie. Yeah. Where like Ant-Man kind of falls apart in the third act, and this also does that.
Yeah.
Eric,
Uh, like I said earlier, I like it better than I thought I would. The ending is straight up ass. And about
pretty bad.
yeah, and like I would say like about half the characters kind of just annoy me. Like Alexi annoys me for a while, and I think Natasha needed more of an arc herself. But I do admit I think this movie has some good characters, and I like the themes it tries to tackle. Like how I said earlier, with the idea of pain and how different people react to it, and the the impacts of it all and stuff. Yelena specifically carries this movie really hard for me. She steals the show and like the dinner scene and stuff like that. Um, this movie's existence in time is just really weird. Should have released obviously
Yeah.
around phase 2, but whatever. Um, and the CGI is horrible in the third act, like terrible. But I'm gonna be nice to this movie. I liked I liked the ambition I saw here. I like that they saw the character Black Widow and were like, we know she's dead, but we have themes here that we want to tackle, and she's a good character for that, which she kind of is. I wish they would have done more with it. But I see the vision, and I'm willing to be nice to this movie because I feel like somebody out there wanted to make this movie. So,
Yeah. This it feels like a movie where somebody had an idea for the Black Widow movie, not that like they were like, we're making a Black Widow movie now.
yeah, yeah, I agree. So,
Which is always you can always tell that, and it's always helpful to have that.
yeah. So, what should we give a rating?
Oh no, I won. You get to pick a number.
Uh,
Woke out of 10. Woke parentheses positive.
I kind of want to lean to like a 6.5, maybe a 7.
I would do like 6, 6, 6, 7. Or I don't know if I'd go as far. I do really like the character work. I'll give it a 7. I'm going to a
What
7 actually.
about? Can we do like a? I'm trying to look at the other scores too. What
Funnier if you don't.
can we do 6-9?
We can do 6, 9.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
be petty, but
I think 6, 9 is fair.
yeah.
It and can I just say that I think it would be higher if it came out right after Endgame
I think
or
it would. I think it would have
right
been.
after Civil War.
I think it would have been a good movie to throw in between Infinity War and Endgame too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I give it like but like the post credit scene. You can put that post credit scene at the end of Loki, bruh. Or at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier, because then it's
They could have put that at the end of Endgame.
Val. Yeah, but I do kind of like Endgame having no post credits.
I do agree with that. Or they could have just put it at the end of the movie. I don't know. Somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. Regardless, it's genuinely I don't know where people got this is like a terrible movie from.
No, it's really not that bad.
I think everybody just saw the Yelena bad CGI scene on Twitter and thought this was horrendous.
Yeah, this feels like a movie that people talk about on Twitter, and then everybody just has the same opinion about it. You know, it's like the Captain Marvel thing, but like to a lesser degree.
Yeah.
So
Next week is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, a movie that we saw together.
yeah, when we had a date and went to watch it in the theater.
Yeah, we had a little date night. And I so here's a fun fact. I watched the first half of this movie last like December
Mm-hmm.
and then stopped watching it because I was doing something else. I was just throwing it on the background. And then I've kind of wanted to keep watching it since then, but I've had to wait until now, and it feels weird that now we're here.
Yeah.
Because we're halfway through July.
Yeah.
So Shang-Chi time.
Yep, Shang-Chi time. I low-key remember it. Do you remember when we made out in the theater to this one?
Dude, I remember not seeing any of the second act because we were too busy making out.
All I remember was your eyes.